Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Impact Greatness. I am your host, Russell Broderick. This way. Was I right?
No.
Damn it, I did. It's never going to happen. This way.
There you go.
I'm good, right?
Dario Albuquerque.
Yeah,
Off
Dario,
camera.
you're good. You're good.
Off camera is the fairy pod mother, Lindsay Lehman.
Hello.
What's good? We're back again with some fire.
Oh, my bad.
I had this thought while we were watching this game, and I'm going to talk about it as I go through some shit. This is terrible. So, when we watched this game, before this game happened, Luka had a bad ankle, right?
Yes, he had
Right.
the sprain in his ankle.
Yep. He 36 hours before the game started.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
I texted you, and I said, I bet your bottom dollar that if we're going to get the moment for Luka, this is the moment. You were like, what does that mean? Because I was being very vague, extremely vague. And what I meant was, this is his chance for an iconic moment. That very few players
This is a fact.
get the opportunity to do. He's playing through injury, which we've talked about in our legacy breakdown of Larry Bird. Doesn't happen very often anymore. He's getting a chance to play through injury. He's gonna obviously be the number one scoring option because Kristaps was injured, right?
Yeah.
And he before that was destroying them. Like so far in the series, he was playing pretty well. At least scoring wise. Like he was turning the ball over a lot, but at least scoring wise. And
well, the turnovers were in that first quarter. Mainly like I think he got half of his turnovers in that first quarter.
So what did you tell me? What did you tell me after he said
that? So I thought Russell was putting too much pressure on the guy. I'm like, and I'm not pressure because obviously he doesn't know that we're thinking this, but I was thinking that he was. I think he was holding him to too high of a standard.
Yeah.
And I was like, if he even has like a 20, 10, 5 game or some shit like that, I think that would have been like fine, and you can't really hold it against him because obviously everything was against him in this game. He didn't have Porzingis, he was injured, and the Clippers, the Clippers should have won this game easily. I thought it was going to be a blowout, and for him to he doubled what I thought. So
yeah,
it's just crazy.
He finished with an insane triple-double. 42?
43, 17, and 14.
And he topped what I even thought because he not only got an iconic game, but he literally got a commercial moment, which is about to come up in 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So
and he got the W because we were expecting this with an L.
Yeah, true. It was because wait, this is actually a great point. So hold on, because I want to get to right before. So Morris bangs it, right? 1 point game. This, every time a guy goes off against a team that we know is the better team, they usually get all their points, but it's in a loss. And we're going to go into it. That's part of this podcast. But a lot of times that you see this, they're usually in losses. Yeah. So not only does he get an iconic game for a win, but he gets this that we're about to see right here, which we're going to be seeing this for years. Bang.
I'm going to cry.
Bang.
Bang. Bang.
Tears. All of the tears.
Oh, man. That was amazing.
Luka, 43, 17 rebounds, 13 assists, and a buzzer beater for the ages. So I said to Dario, I was like, how's that for your fucking story? Because that is the type of shit that you love more than anything if you want to get into
stories that. Matter. Stories matter.
So it got me thinking about the other moments and like not just the moments in these guys' careers, because a lot of NBA greats like Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Larry, they all have great moments throughout their whole careers. But I was thinking about the first one, the one that made people like us change from, okay, this guy's a good player, to, oh, this guy is on the map. And so we're calling this the greatest on the map moments of all time.
So we're considering this Luka's on the map moment. So we're expecting him to be a superstar for years to come. This is pretty much
this is really the idea. The idea is that this is the moment that sets them on that trajectory.
Yeah.
Where we set that expectation for.
Yeah. But the on the map moments are usually foresight, right? Like not foresight.
It's like an afterthought.
Yeah, like it's afterwards. Like we're years past these moments, and we're like, oh, that was that moment that was where it started, pretty much. You know, but we're predicting it right now. We're saying this is that moment
for Luka.
Yeah,
it's definitely that moment for Luka. As long as he doesn't get injured, he's well on his way.
Yeah, I think in the next 3 to 5 years he'll be an MVP.
Well, Mark Cuban will be pumped, super pumped, and we will never hear the end of it if that happens. But the first one that I wanted to talk about, because it's one of my favorites, was, where am I here? I gotta find it.
Yeah. So and this is the perfect example of that, right? Because we didn't at the time we're not thinking that, you know.
Because there's lots of different moments. Like, so Curry before this game, he put up 50 points at the Garden, right? Legendary performance. I think he had over 10 threes, or at least 10 threes.
Yeah.
And people were saying, like, people started to, like, you would get a text from me or somebody being like, Curry's hot, watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
And his heat checks were like legendary at that point. But this was his first real playoff, like, coming out party. And got him absolutely on the map. I remember watching this in my dorm room and just like hoping that he could do this, because I was like, I don't know if I remember sitting with Lindsay and being like, hey, I've seen Curry go off before. Maybe he could do that in one of these games. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
In the series, he gets to do it on national TV, because like before this moment, like I said, he had been capable of having a big game, but wasn't as consistent. Like, wasn't even close to. We were still 2 years away from his first MVP.
Yeah. And they were clear underdogs. I feel like going into this. Like, this is the Spurs team that went 7 with the Heat. So like, it's definitely a great team.
The Spurs team went on to. They won this year?
No, they lost in Game 7. Yeah. And
ball movement out the ass.
Yeah. So it's definitely a great team, and he has so many like crazy moments. I know there's one that like he goes like to the corner, and then like he does like a behind the back thing, and like leaves I think it's Neil.
Here we go. We're getting to the third quarter right here, because the third quarter is when he starts to turn it up. Because I remember seeing him take all these crazy shots from outside this, done double coverage.
The Warriors always played to win the third quarter to win the game. Like,
but
the game was never safe against them, because both of them, Clay and Steph, especially when they were getting that Splash Brothers name, would just turn up every third quarter, and it just destroyed teams.
It was definitely like, oh, sorry, keep on.
Sorry, this is Mark Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mark Jackson's team. This is yet to be Steve Kerr's team. But I'm sure Steve Kerr was watching this at home, like, I could probably do something with this kid.
Yeah. Because I think what Mark Jackson did was he gave them some type of defensive edge beforehand. Because they were definitely like a decent defensive team. Because at the time, the Warriors, going into that time span, they were known as a really big offensive team. Because when they had Monte Ellis and it definitely just like scorers and didn't play any defense.
Yeah.
And then Mark Jackson comes along, gets, I think, Klay Thompson. I think they traded Ellis or something like that.
Yeah, they traded him to the Bucks. Whatever happened to Monte Ellis?
Who
knows when the next time we're going to bring that name up is.
He was nice too. Like, at the time, he was probably like a top 5 shooting guard in the league.
Didn't he score 20 points a game?
Yeah, I think he averaged 25.
Yeah, I don't want to go but I know that he was he had his moments in the league. But imagine a backcourt with him and Steph Curry trying to win championships.
But his big thing was he didn't want to give up the spot to Curry because he was the number one guy, and then they wanted to build around Curry.
Here we go.
Which obviously, it was smart for them to do that because now Monte Ellis no one even knows who he is. If you
from the S, bang, S.
I think what I'm thinking about is from the next game. It might be the second game where he does the behind the back and he leaves Neal all the way to one side.
That was the regular season. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, was it the regular season? I thought it was
where he
the
does the single legs and then behind the back and then goes and makes a jump shot in the mid range on the baseline.
Oh no! I'm talking about it. I'm pretty sure it's in game 2 of maybe the second quarter. But it doesn't matter.
This is what made a lot of people Curry fans. This game, this series.
Because you usually root for the underdog too. I mean, that's kind of the same thing with Luka right now. He's a clear underdog, so that's why people are rooting for. And he's just fun to watch. So, and that's Curry is just electrifying. Well, not electrifying
absolutely
in a different way.
What I wanted to see, so Steph Curry, I'm gonna look up the game log because I wanted to see quarter by quarter. All right.
Sorry.
44 points, 28 in the second half. Shot 12 of 19. Really only missed threes. Threes were the only things that he missed. Maybe one other miss, but still, and then in overtime, puts up, just terrible overtime numbers, and that's why they lost by 2. But still,
I'm sure he was exhausted by then too.
Oh, well, I would imagine when you put the whole team on your back, because this is before Clay was any good.
How many points he had?
Recognized what?
How many points did he have?
44.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And 28 in the second half.
Yeah, Clay was like Clay defensively, but I don't know if
I don't even want to say that.
No, he was a good defender.
Clay
Thompson was always known as a good defender.
I don't agree.
Because I remember at the time I used to talk about him and Jimmy as being.
I watched Kobe murder him in his young career.
Yeah, but that's not fair to anybody.
That's my point. That's why I'm not ready to say that he's fucking good defender his whole career.
Who really? That's mad hard to say, for anyone.
Yeah, but Clay now, who's actually a decent defender, would have a better chance than that Clay, who don't respect his defense.
Clay now will get eaten alive by Kobe. That's a fact.
It doesn't. You understand what I'm saying?
I know. I just wanted to make that clear.
But oh wow, they really almost won this game. Oh, this is the Ginobili.
Yeah, Ginobili hits the shot because I remember Ginobili had fucked up. He had some shit fucked up, and then Pop was pissed at him, and then literally minutes later, Papa's happy as fuck because he just hits a 3.
Show it. I need to look it up now.
Oh come on!
That's the best part.
No, it's not relevant, bro. Not relevant at all. I love Ginobili.
Russ is fuck that.
I just don't get it.
Yo, Ginobili has had some clutch ass moments. We need to bring up the little guys sometimes, man.
The little guys, see? That's what I'm saying. And you guys
I don't even know how many times I screamed bald spot while watching the Spurs. Every time he did a shot, I'd be like, Ginobili, the bald spot, yeah.
Yo, he's the man though. He has some clutch ass moments. He's like, whoop!
Look at this, bang!
Deuces, boy.
We out here. It was worth it. It was It was 2 seconds. Fuck you guys. Anyways,
I didn't give you shit. I was just
what other
getting scrutinized out here.
What do you guys got? What are some of your favorite moments?
Some of my favorite moments.
Or what do you guys think of on the mat moments?
Well, obviously the first one that comes to anybody's mind is the MJ one because that's probably one of the most famous ones.
I'll go. So the MJ 63-point game, we know the 86 Celtics is one of the 5 best teams ever, arguably the greatest team ever. Michael Jordan's team was not that, definitively. But he had a coach that would challenge him in practice and would switch him. You know the old story where he would start on the second team, right? And then they would kick the first team's ass, and then halfway through practice, his coach would switch him, so he would be on the losing team to make him try and come back and win. So he was constantly challenging him.
That was Doug Collins, right?
No, it might have been Doug Collins also, but it was I don't know his first coach's name. Kevin something. But anyways, so he goes through his rookie year, wins Rookie of the Year, scores 28 points per game. Then he gets hurt, right? Foot injury. But he's playing at UNC on the bad foot the whole time without telling the Bulls to get back into playing shape. So he comes back in and carries the Bulls to the playoffs despite a minutes restriction and the Bulls ownership trying to get a higher pick and not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which brings us here. The Bulls are the 8 seed. The Celtics are the 1 seed. The 86 Celtics. The best passing team of all time, in my opinion. Michael Jordan absolutely slays them.
Yeah.
He scores 50 the first game. And then goes and plays golf.
I like how you round for points, but not averages. Whatever. This is weird.
Whatever. Why? Does he score 49?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. I don't remember. I actually thought it was 50. Whatever.
Oh,
so,
okay. My bad. I thought you were just rounding. I'm like, okay.
No, fucking
do that now.
Then, what do you call it? He goes to golf and he says, "Tell your boy Dennis Johnson or whoever, or Danny Ainge." It was Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
I got something for his ass. So gave him 63 points. I'm pretty sure he didn't make a 3-pointer in this game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it's all fouls and within the this kind of shit.
Yeah, mid-range shots. Yeah, all close to the basket plays.
The freaking double crossover move.
Yeah, that's the main
that's the
one. I think
move.
that's the most famous move of this game. I want to say.
Yeah, that's the move that I tried to practice when I tried to play basketball terribly. When I played was I always tried to duplicate that move because I thought he was so quick with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was beautiful. And it being on Bird made it even better.
Let's get these losers off my screen. All right, so
it's just weird seeing a young Rick Carlisle. Yeah, he looked like such a bitch. Like, why was he there? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you look like you belong in a freaking Saved by the Bell or some shit.
What if he was just on there talking about Dirk Nowitzki? Will that freak you out?
Yeah, that would be weird.
He's just like, there's this German kid. He plays just like Larry. It's crazy. It's so weird. He's 13. I've been watching him in his bed. Anyway, so we're...
Wait, what the
fuck? So we're...
He was... I don't even think Dirk was born at this point.
Oh, nah. He was probably a little baby Dirk. Little baby
I don't think so.
He was drafted
in 86.
He was drafted in 98. He was 18 years old 19 years old in 98, which means he was 10 or so when this game happened.
Are you sure? It wasn't 98. It was 2000.
No.
One, I'm pretty sure.
He was drafted the same year Paul Pierce was drafted.
Are we sure?
Yes, 1000%.
Man, I want to look it up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yep, you're right. All right, now let's go back to what you're doing. Oh, man. All right.
Much to our point from earlier with Luka, this wasn't a losing effort. He brought them to double overtime basically by himself. But it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because his team was not that good. And he was going against one of the best teams of all time.
Yeah.
But what do you guys do? You think this performance is overrated?
No.
Why?
Because you can't expect. To me, it's not fair. It's not fair to look at players and think, yeah, one guy can be a great team. It's just not possible. But he literally did everything he could do to at least get close.
I think if you ask Michael Jordan, I think he would say it's overrated.
Of course, compared to I don't know if it's overrated for his moments in his career because if we're talking about like we're setting him to the standard that he was in that second year. You know what I mean? Like if we're comparing it to the standard of his whole career, sure. Like this is a game that shouldn't be talked about nowhere near as much as his last the shot. You know, like that's clearly like one of the biggest moments of his career.
Yeah,
the flu game, like shit like that. Like he has way bigger moments, of course, but
but this
in terms of like
dance, this one really put him on the map, and it did. It absolutely did. And I can't believe this record's never been broken, considering the adaptation of the 3-pointer, and how it's become more and more part of our game. How no one's gotten to 63. Like someone like Harden. How James Harden didn't get to 63 without Westbrook so far in this playoffs kind of surprises to me, considering he can get 30 with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Like
Donovan Mitchell I think it's 57.
There you go. That's a good point. And that was in a loss too.
Yeah, I think it's better that Harden didn't do that. I think that shows some maturity in Harden to not do that. And they were winning.
And they were winning, which is true. Which is a good point.
Because I think what a lot of these players have noticed is you like look at the statistics. Like most of the time when players go off in the playoffs like that, it's usually in a losing effort. So you only have rare cases where it's not. So I think they're looking at that and they know that you need to keep your team involved.
Yeah. But
like how many people have won scoring more than 50? Like
that's the point that I was trying to make with the Luka thing, is that really, when you look at it, like let's go look at the greatest playoff scoring performances ever. Right? that could be looked up pretty easily.
And I don't want to say, I don't think Luka's thing is all about the points, because he did score 43, but there's been a lot of people who scored more than 43.
Triple double.
But yeah, he had the 17 rebounds is just beautiful to watch. Like that, to me, that's kind of where you see the Bird comparisons too, because Bird had a lot of games like that, and then and his assists obviously, but he had 13 assists as well. Like that's the big thing that I don't know if the points is really what everyone is going crazy.
Jordan 63, that was a L. Elgin Baylor, I'm pretty sure this is a L.
That's probably against Boston.
Yeah, it is. Because this is in the finals. This is the finals record.
Oh, they won. Okay.
No, they won. So this was a win.
Yeah.
Damn close one. 61 points. It was, 26.
And they came back at the end. How do you do at the end? I'm sure, like, the old heads, if they watching this, they're like, oh, they're probably talking about this moment or some shit. Like, Elgin Baylor, 62.
When it was my day, well, you know what? If there was fucking footage of it, I'd put it on the screen. There isn't. Sorry. But he won. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I always understood.
Do you think there's a breakdown of the game? But whatever, that doesn't matter.
Wait, do you think there's a break? Oh, there isn't a breakdown of that game. There's probably a play-by-play somewhere, but not like quarter by half like we'll see with this.
Yeah, and we're not about to research that.
No, Donovan Mitchell. This was a L, right?
Yep.
But it's really...
It was 2 days.
22 in the fourth quarter. 6 points more in overtime.
How much did he have in the fourth?
22.
Oh, 22, okay. Because he had another game where he had like 18.
32 in the second half. Yeah, because he had 50, another 50 game.
Yeah, that's crazy. And and that was what.
Where is that other damn game? Here it is. He's got 2 in the top 20 in a week.
That's crazy.
Let it be known.
That is
put some
crazy.
respect on that man's name.
Yeah.
Fucking love.
Well, actually, we could look at it. How many people do we have just in this screen alone that scored over 50? 1, 2, 3, 4,
about
6,
20.
7.
If you take away some of the duplicates,
we got 20. Oh, it's about 20.
Give or take. Oh well, actually, that's a lie. That's a complete lie. There's a lie.
No, we could talk. No, if we just scroll up to the first list, we could look at that list, and I promise you, a majority of those guys took L's.
Yeah. Well, Charles Barkley, that's the next one I was going to look up. Because I don't think...
That was 94, that was against...
He won this game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Send him home.
It was the first round, yeah.
Yeah, send him
and they were the favorites, so... Jordan's 92, probably a W.
I would imagine.
I think this theory might be wrong.
Yeah, maybe it is wrong. But this is why we looked this up, because.
Well, if we exclude Jordan, because that's not fair. He had a whole dominant run where he was just. I don't know how many. Like, I guess if we go by person, still by person.
So many games. It's because of things like this. The LeBron's game, he lost, and we know that.
Yeah.
It's because the ones in our memory. It's because our stars aren't as good.
No, I don't know about that. I think there's just too much. There's way more.
I don't know. What do you think, Glenn?
I feel like even if they are in a loss, it's still crazy that these people put up this many points, and a lot of them before the 3-point shot was like a thing.
That's true.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like, how do you put up that many points and you're not getting 3 points somewhere in there?
Yeah,
that's interesting. But this one put up Jordan on the map. What else we got? Anybody got? Lindsay, you got one? Comes to mind?
The Damian Lillard game winner against Houston in that first round playoff series. That's one of my favorite memories of watching basketball before.
Yeah. Yo, we have to. Oh yeah, I guess that's the on the map one. I'm thinking about Dame's game winner. Against freaking OKC. That one was so much better. It's just. Yeah, but that's not his on the map moment.
This is the game that gave him all the confidence to do some shit like that.
Yeah. No, this is definitely the on the map moment. But I was just saying, like, the OKC one was just so dope.
So, Lindsay, why is this your favorite? I'm curious.
Well, I watched it happen live, and that was just insane. It was one of the craziest things ever. This game was so crazy, and everybody was expecting Houston to win. And so the fact that not only did they lose the whole series, but they lost the whole series on a fucking buzzer beater. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. Ending a series on a buzzer beater is insane.
And he's done it twice.
Yeah.
The thing about this game that I remember vividly was how bad the defense was between James Harden and Damian Lillard both. Like, and maybe we'll see it as they do those slow motion ESPN camera.
Yeah.
But like, they're just both turnstops. They're both like just letting them right by. Lots of really bad defense.
I think in a playoff game too, like that.
Yeah. But they were trying to make Shaq and Kobe out of James Harden and Dwight.
Wait, this one is game 6.
Yes, correct.
Oh, I thought it was game 7.
No.
Was it in OKC that was game 7?
No.
Oh. Why did I think it was game 7 that he did it?
Because it's epic, and you want it to be more epic.
Wow, that's good.
You add to the story in your brain.
Wow. Yeah. But it's still dope, but it's not as dope as I thought it was.
It's adding to the creating the story.
My man looks like an iguana.
What in the fuck?
He does though.
Oh wow, that's basically so he's got 2 quarter-ending shots in this game.
Yeah.
Dang. But I remember watching this game and like thinking how ridiculous. Like, I just never thought that could happen. Like all I could think about afterwards was Dwight Howard. Because I was like, James Harden was so young at this point. I didn't even like. I don't know. It just wasn't. Yeah, I was like, he'll get his chances. But Dwight, I was like, damn, Dwight, this looks bad. This looks bad for you. Because he was already getting a bunch of shit. This is already after the LA debacle.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, it was really bad. But
weren't they favorites in the series too?
Yeah, that's what Lindsay was talking about.
Because they were the 4th or 5th. Maybe this is 4 and 5. Is this 4 and 5?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but even though it was like it wasn't like a 1 or an 8 or a 2 and a 7 matchup, the Rockets were still heavily favored in the matchup for the series.
Yeah. That's
Damian Lillard was like, no, I'm the most clutch human on earth.
Yeah.
And so this is the Chandler Parsons shot. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, this is it. Chandler Parsons. It's the rebound, puts it in off James Harden's before he turned it into a travel step back. That's another weird thing. The reason why people don't like James Harden's step back now is because it wasn't how it always has been. He changed it. Yeah. So people cry about it. But here we go. Damian Lillard, 0.9 tenths of a second to go. We're in Portland.
Yeah.
Everyone in the whole building knows who's getting this ball. Bang! Look at these people. Who knows when the next time we're going to see a crowd like this again. I love this shit. Oh, see? Sick. Sick. Disgusting.
This is my shit. Talk your shit, Dame. Talk your shit. You ain't look like that against my Lakers, though. What's up? Fuck out of here, boy.
But
whatever. We'll let you slide.
That's a great moment. Because this one did put him on the map. Because this is when I started saying, like, Damian Lillard is clutch. Like, he got the clutch moniker from this game.
Yeah. That's
all right. Well, speaking of your Lakers, I got one. LeBron James in 2007
was I was thinking of.
Carrying his team all by himself through the playoffs. And they're in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 5. And LeBron proceeds to score the last 25 points of the game. I'm pretty sure it was tied to start the fourth quarter, or they were down 1 or 2 to start the fourth quarter. And LeBron put the whole team on his back in a ridiculous way. And this game, how did I skip the whole fourth quarter? Only going halfway through the video. Doesn't even make sense. There we go. So, second half, close game all the way, but it's all LeBron. And he scores the last 25 points of the game.
What did he have in this?
For the Cavs, 48.
Wow, yeah, it's insane.
Actually, I want to pull up the box score from here because
you see, this is where I wish I didn't hate him. Well, I didn't watch. I obviously wasn't watching basketball as much, but I would have appreciated that so much more if I would have been like a sports fan like I am right now, where I'm just not madly in love with Kobe and just hating on his adversary.
But fourth quarter, scores 11, and these points are he scores the last 11 in the fourth.
Yeah.
Then overtime, all the points by himself.
Yo, that's crazy.
Overtime 2, all the points by himself again. This is okay, Dario. This is something where you and I have this constant discussion about stats and how you should just watch the game. Listen, this looks better than when we were going to watch this game because there's going to be a lot of repetitive layups or like him just trying to drive to the basket. But when you look at that box score and it shows that no one else on his fucking team did anything in the scoring category except for him for fucking almost 15 minutes of gameplay against one of the best defensive teams of all time. This Detroit team had just reached, was 2 years removed from playing the Spurs in the finals, 3 years removed from beating the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe in the finals.
Yeah.
This was at the time, if outside of the probably the Pacers, the best defensive team in the league at this point. Because Spurs too, but they were up there. Is my point. And LeBron.
But I don't know if this Detroit team is the same team from 2004 or who just lost to the Spurs.
The 5 starters are exactly the same.
Yeah, but it's like, are we saying?
And it's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Are we saying the 2012 Celtics are the same Celtics of 2008? Like, we're not.
We wouldn't, but that's also because the regular season they weren't winning the games, right?
Yeah.
So let's go. Because this team won 53 games. They finished first. I want to see if I can get They swept the Magic in the first round with Dwight Howard. They beat the Bulls pretty handedly. So it was like that well had earned their right. And they were the favorites in this series by a lot. They still had all their starters. Chris Webber off the bench.
Wasn't LeBron
he started.
the number 1 seed at this time? Why would they be the favorites? I wasn't watching at this point, so I don't know what the stories were.
Off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Because I thought the Cavs were the 1 seed, but I might be wrong.
But this is his first MVP. No, this isn't. This is Dirk Nowitzki's MVP season.
Yeah.
So
I think LeBron doesn't win his first MVP until 09.
Detroit Pistons, number 1 in the East, 53.
Oh, okay. And okay, that makes sense. And Cleveland was, and since the Pistons had just came from the finals 2 years before that, I could see that. Okay.
Yeah. Look at these scores. The top 6 teams. None of them cracking 100 in terms of points allowed, and none of them cracking 100 in terms of points scored. It's very low scoring.
Yeah, and I think Detroit might have had the lowest points allowed, right?
Yes, 91 per game.
Yeah,
and the Cavs had the second best defense.
Yeah,
or third in comparison to the Mavericks, which is kind of
0.1. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah.
Where's San Antonio? Oh, here we go. San Antonio actually is the best defense in the league in terms of points allowed. 91 right there. Yeah. That made more sense.
Yeah.
But they're still not. They're still the same defensive.
It's great defense. They're definitely great defensive teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess was the pace slower at that point too.
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Yeah.
This is the slowest bit. The aughts, and especially the early ones, were like atrociously slow for pace.
Yeah, and I think that Detroit team was like second in blocks that year too, and I think they in terms of field goal percentage against them, I think they were pretty high too. So they definitely were the Detroit Pistons. So
yeah, they were putting in work. Yeah,
and for him to put 25, so pretty much starting from like I think the middle of the fourth quarter or something, all the way to second overtime, and they won. He won in that, right? They won
in that game. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was definitely his on the map moment.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through a couple. Let's go through.
And then the very next series, that's when he whispers in who was its ears? Like he whispered in their ear and said, "If you miss this free throw, you lose the series or something." And then they missed the free throw.
When was that?
It was in Game 6. I think it was in Game 6. LeBron whispered.
In this series? Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And then that's when they went to the NBA Finals. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like Rip Hamilton or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure some shit like that happened.
Yeah, but we know the Cavs went to the NBA Finals and they beat the Pistons in this series.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. All right, so we were talking about this one fairly recently.
Yep. Last episode of the podcast.
That's true.
Quick plug.
Kobe's Legacy Breakdown, available in our archives. So, break it down, sir. This is one of your favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Well, Shaq goes into the they go into overtime. Shaq fouls out, and my man Kobe, just takes over, goes 4 for 5 from the field, and pretty much dominates this game, and pretty much helps close the series out. It's my goal.
This is the first championship.
Yeah.
This is
so kind of. This is what we think jump started Kobe's like greatness or stardom or whatever kind of level he went to after this series.
It definitely gave him an insane amount of confidence after this series.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about it.
Yeah. And I mean, also, like, you have to be confident to take the crazy ass shots that he takes anyway. So, but this kind of like I think just put him over the edge because it went hand in hand now. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm not scared to make the shots and then I'm missing them, but he's making the shots. I mean, he's taking the shots and making them in the biggest stage of them all. So
it's freaking cool. But 28 points on the game. Pretty much put up all the points in overtime.
Yeah. And it's against a good that pace of defense was a pretty good.
Oh yeah,
defense as well. So it's just weird, and like it's hard to want to talk about it a lot just because we just did it yesterday. So
well, he was going against a prime Reggie Miller and a prime Jalen Rose too. So
were they prime at that point? I feel like Reggie Miller's towards the end of his career.
Nah, I mean, look, he's 2 years removed from that Jordan series. This is like the prime of his career. The 90s are, and like we're at the tail end of the 90s. And Reggie Miller retired in 2004. So, yeah, I think he would consider
maybe his last. I could say,
maybe the end of his last good
year. Yeah,
like relevant. Put it that way. And Jalen Rose putting up 20 a game for this team, almost positive.
Yeah. I think there was about
combined in this series. We looked up the Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller combined for almost 50.
Yeah.
So, but, one of the is this the ring me game?
No, this is game 6 is the ring me game. You like that, right?
I love that.
I love that.
That had me dying.
Yeah.
It just comes and goes like that. I never saw that before.
Yeah.
That was mad funny.
Yeah. That's swagger, man. And Lindsay, you could chime in on your thoughts of this, but I feel like most of the top 10, maybe 20 players of all time, you got like a trend where within the first 5 years of their career, they either made the finals or won the finals. And I think that kind of shows like most of those. I feel like those are where the transcendental players come in. So like if you look at our top 10 list, it's probably
right now just something I figured was a safe thing to bring up to prove this point. This is the playoff record. This is a playoff record for leaders in minutes played. So I figure we'll get some of the best players of all time will fall on this list.
Yeah.
And so we got LeBron James, right? Wow, he's really this number is going to be really like far and away, but he got to the finals within the first 5 years of his career, right? Isn't that the point we're going with?
Yeah, it was his 4th year. Yep.
Within the first 5 years, these guys seem to make the finals. Tim Duncan,
2nd year
definitely.
In the league.
Yep. Kareem,
2nd year in the league.
La Mamba,
4th year in the league. No.
Scottie Pippen. When did Scottie Pippen get? That actually might be accurate for Scottie Pippen. I can't remember when he got drafted. Hold on. 1, 2.
Yeah, it was in
it's his 4th year. It's his 4th year
in the league.
So it counts.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know if he's a top 20 player, but he's definitely a top 50 maybe.
Yeah. So Shaq.
Shaq, second year in the. Oh, sorry, not second year. 3rd year in the league, I think, because he got drafted in '92.
Let's see. Magic 1st year.
Will Will is a unique case because he was in Philly and he was facing Bill Russell, but he would have been. But that's probably why he's not the GOAT. But whatever. No shade to you, Will.
Magic. That was his 1st year. Bill Russell. 11 out of 13 years.
Yeah. Jordan is the only anomaly.
No, I have another one depending on where you rank this person, since they're a newer player.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, it was just outside of his 5th year. It was his 6th year he got to the finals.
Yeah. See, for me, Steph is like a top 30 player, top maybe 25. I don't know if I'm putting Steph in the top 10 or 20.
He's definitely
not in my top 20.
He's better than Scottie Pippen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just find it weird that the only guy that doesn't fit this trend is Michael Jordan. And
that's true. Of all the players that we consider of those categories, I feel like we hit a bunch of them. Larry Bird too. Larry Bird was in the first 5 years of his career.
Yeah. His third. I think it was his 3rd year, right? or second. No, it was his second year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's just funny to think, you know, I want to say Michael Jordan is like probably 90% of the world thinks that he's the GOAT. So, and he's the only one that doesn't fit in that one trend and category. So,
because
when did he get there? This year, right?
Yeah, he went in. Yeah, he just hits the fifth year. Is that just hitting the fifth year?
That's the sixth year.
No, it was in 2012. He lost to Miami in 2012 in the lockout year.
That was LeBron's first championship.
No, yeah, that was LeBron's first. The lockout year wasn't the Mavericks season.
Sorry, not the lockout year. The year after the lockout year. But he loses to LeBron. LeBron wins his first championship against Durant.
Yeah, I know that. I just wanted to count it for the finals. He still made it to the finals.
He hit that trend. Yeah.
So that's an interesting trend.
Yeah.
I think it's really fucking interesting. Because I never even thought about that, but I think that's true. You could probably, and to bring it back to what we were talking about from the very beginning, maybe Luka will get that chance this year.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
keeps happening.
No.
I'm telling you one thing, I ain't gonna be mad if he do it. I know someone gonna be mad here.
Shut up. Everybody be quiet. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. I hate you. I hate all of you.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Pacers and Reggie Miller. Versus the New York Knicks.
Was that the choke game?
Yep.
Oh, this is great.
Yo, I didn't know that was in the playoffs. I thought that was a regular season game. Wow, I'm a bum for that. How did I not know that?
The more you know, dude.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was this the first or second round?
Good question. I want to say second.
That's crazy.
Does it say up there? Highlights, 1994 playoffs.
1994, yeah.
But it doesn't say what round.
I'm gonna look it up on my phone really quick while you guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we could keep playing it. Yeah, that's insane. Was that because that's the what 9 points in 8 minutes or 8 points in not 9 minutes.
No. That's a different game. That's a different game against the Knicks. That's the very next year. This game.
Oh, okay.
This game, he got hot in the second half.
Yeah.
And was challenging Spike Lee.
Yeah. Okay. But I thought I'm
sorry. It looks like the third round. It looks like the conference. Finals.
The conference finals.
Yeah.
Also, they lose the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, but this definitely put him on the map.
Yeah.
This is what made him, and then hitting that shot against Jordan is probably the next moment that you think about.
Well, it would be this. Then it would be the 8 points in 9 seconds.
Yeah. And
some people would even flip flop those, but this is before that, so this counts as the on the map moment. Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Choke side.
Yeah. Do your shit. That's right. Yeah. Talk your shit, Reggie.
Oh shit, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Dang! Oh my god, deep threes.
Oh man.
Deep threes. Look at him. Oh my god.
Wow. That's crazy. And he's doing this to a team in the playoffs. In the conference finals. That's crazy. Man.
Look at that. Look. That's intensity.
That was so dope. It was
But I'm pretty sure this is another one. He scored 25 straight points.
He got a skeleton face.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like Mr. Potato Head.
But
a slim version though. He doesn't got the cheeks.
No, I'm just talking about the head part though. Just the head.
But this game should be talked about. This game got talked about a lot when we were kids, but now I don't hear anybody bring up.
Yeah, it's because you just
awesome.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just years pass and people don't.
And he never won
Reggie as much. Like people like you who think that Reggie Miller only shot threes. You know, like
I don't think he did actually. I think he should have shot more threes. But
I'm just being an asshole.
One thing about Reggie Miller. Damian Lillard might go down as the Reggie Miller of this era. You see that happening. Where he just has a lot of signature clutch moments, but no rings. Could totally see it.
Yeah. I just think Reggie, like that archetype was like his creation almost.
He started that archetype.
Yeah. And I feel like Dame kind of following the Steph Curry. So like I feel like his game is very copy and paste, different in style a little bit, but very similar to Steph's. So I don't know. That's the only reason when I compared him to Clyde, I like that.
But thought. Steph's is really rooted from here. Like it goes from him, right? From Reggie, and then Ray Allen was the sharpshooter after that, and then JJ Redick got on fire at Duke, and he was a little bit smaller than these guys because these guys were playing two guard. JJ Redick was like 6'3", a little bit smaller, right? Yeah. Then, no one was creating their own shot. The difference between him and the difference between these guys and Ray Allen and Steph Curry is Curry's running around creating a shot off the dribble, doing things that Jordan was doing inside the line from outside the line, and that's what makes it. That's what separates him, and what makes you feel like his archetype is different.
It's different, yeah.
But it's really derived from here. Yeah, it comes from here.
The way the engine runs in Golden State is through that. Through that Ray Allen and Reggie kind of style,
running off the ball.
Yeah,
that's true. But I wanted to bring this game up. 25 in the fourth quarter. Look at that. Yum. Crazy. For 39 in the game. Awesome. All right, last one. Yeah. We got two more. So
for me, I'm gonna choose the Kawhi Leonard one, and the reason is because I get a lot of shit on this podcast for hating on him, right? But I got to prove to Russell that I actually liked Kawhi in this series, and I showed them texts from years back that we went crazy on our group chat, like a little group chat that we have with our friends, where and I was like showing love to Kawhi a lot, and then I also on that group chat, I just want to throw this in as a shameless little plug. That's where I predicted Kawhi Leonard locking up Giannis. So I just wanted to pick Kawhi just to show some love and show that I do like the guy. All right. And I think this series and this game winner was amazing. You know, just a little.
This is such a classic Game 7, though. Like the numbers he has from this series or from this Game 7, and it reminds me a lot of the Jordan's last Game 7 versus the Pacers that we were talking about a little while ago. Just like very close until the end, like just like a grinded out low shot percentage type game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So and just to, I guess, because people might question this too. So why wouldn't we think Kawhi Leonard for his 2014 performance, where he wins Finals MVP, and
that's a good point. And I'm gonna explain this because I think that you could totally say.
And I most likely will agree with you.
There's an argument to be made that is his on the mat moment, is guarding LeBron in that series, because people didn't know about him before this point that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But for me, this is when I realized, and this is kind of why I thought of it as an on the mat moment, is because this is when I realized, I was like, oh, Kawhi wasn't just like complaining. He can really he could actually do this. He could actually be the guy. And this is when I started realizing that he has a game similar to that archetype that wins all the championships. This was the first time I really saw it, because he's doing all that work from the elbows, right? And working either baseline or into the paint. And his defense is second to absolutely nobody, especially in this series. But yeah, I just love this game. I love the way he plays.
And you're really you are really good at being able to compare styles. Because there's so, there's little nuances that you see in people's style.
Yeah.
That just kind of makes it different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't notice Kawhi's game like that. Like, and I always looked at Kawhi as a defensive player, and but that I want to say
that was amazing.
In 2014, that was his on the map moment for me, where it's like I looked at him and I'm like, wow, this guy's like one of the greatest defensive players that I've seen. Just like being able to see, for him to stay with LeBron and literally cause LeBron so much trouble that he was pissed that the guy was in the game.
Yeah.
Because like that means something, you know?
Yeah, I would agree.
But and that always gave me, like, for me, I knew when Kawhi was there and I saw someone guarding, him guarding someone, I was just like, they're not scoring. Like, that's how my mind was at all points. And but then after that 2017 Spurs run where he's averaging his 25 a game, and I see that he's good offensively, but you know, obviously you want to see more because you're like, wow, this is your first like standout year.
Well, honestly, it was more him being on the Spurs, because I watched Duncan put up numbers that if he wasn't on the Spurs, like if he played for the Magic, like if he left and played for the Magic, maybe his numbers are way more gaudy because he plays more minutes. Like it's a different kind of offensive system. And you never got to see, like, one of my favorite Duncan games is that game, is Game 6, the Ray Allen game, because that was like Duncan doing something that we're seeing right here, which is just like going all out. And you always wonder, like, when a guy goes all out, what's he really capable of?
Yeah.
And this is when I was like, oh, he could really be the best player in the world. Like, he could actually do it and win a championship with him being the best guy. Because of his like quiet demeanor, at least to the press and like to the outsiders' perspective, he's seen as a quiet guy. Like, it's usually those guys have to be leaders. So I didn't see it, you know?
Yeah.
And this changed everything. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen anybody play like this since Michael Jordan, where they just tell everybody to go on the other side of the court, and he's sitting there with fucking like, and turning around, doing the fadeaways, like from right around this spot on the floor, like working this area.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
So, and this, I know this is going to kind of get a little off topic, but still about Kawhi. Yeah. So, what if he become like because he definitely could be en route to be the next MJ or whatever. But if you think about it, since 2017, we have only seen pure dominance from him.
Yeah, I agree.
And people look at it and they're like, what do you mean? But in 2017, you look at that Western Conference Finals.
He was beating that amazing Warriors team by 25.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I've said multiple times, I think the 2017 Warriors are the best Warriors. The best out of that three finals years or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that was the best one, and they were single-handedly beating them because of Kawhi Leonard. He was locking up on defense and he was dominating on the offensive end, and then he had that injury. Yeah. And this was off of a bad sprained ankle, right? So, because remember we're showing a lot of love to Luka off of that sprained ankle, but Kawhi also did. But I mean, Luka's was a little worse because it's just like 36 hours. Like, you don't.
I believe to this day, I believe Kawhi is still playing hurt to an extent. I think he's still playing hurt. I think that leg injury never healed, and you can tell, and especially
I think it's a chronic injury. I don't know. All
right, well, that's a better way of putting it. Yeah. That's a better way of putting it. But that's I think that's why he conserves himself so much in the regular season now, and we really only see him go off like 4 or 5 times a year in the playoffs when they really need him.
But I mean, he's been going off in all of these playoff games.
Oh yeah, well they really need
right him. Now he's averaging like 32, 10 and 7 or some shit like that. He's definitely doing his thing, and he's shooting pretty efficiently too.
They really need him.
Yeah, but to my point, back to that point.
Yeah.
Where all right, we saw dominance there. People would if you weren't there, like if you didn't watch the games, you wouldn't know what we're talking about because you'd be like, oh, he lost and they got swept. So but you wouldn't take into consideration what he was doing in that first game against that Warriors team. Yeah. But then the very next year, he wins a championship, which I could say all I want that it's it was a nice run, but he had a lot of luck in it. Yeah. Whatever, he wins a championship, and right now he has a pretty dominant team that can very well win. They're the top 1 or 2 teams in the league to me. So, like, if he wins another championship, this could kind of be like because what the thing about Jordan is, and everyone says it is, yeah, but Jordan, he like once he got there, he never let up. Yep. Like when you think about it, once he got to the finals, it was over. It was like, all right, this is Jordan's run. Like, is that the same case? Could that happen with Kawhi?
That's a good point.
I really hope so. I really hope so.
Could Luka get like I predicted like we're predicting like if Luka's gonna get to the finals, he'd have to go through Kawhi because he's gonna be in. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
Here's the last point that I'm gonna make on these points that we keep making and comparing them to other players. We almost counted LeBron's Cleveland championship as 2 championships because of how big of a deal it was. Now, I know that the situation is very different between Kawhi, obviously, but he will have brought the Toronto Raptors to an NBA Finals, who had never even seen remote playoff success before.
Yeah.
And if he brings the Los Angeles Clippers a championship, the team that literally for 35 years has been the laughingstock of the NBA. It took Blake Griffin dunking on Timothy Mozgov to change that reputation.
Yeah.
But without that dunk without that series, maybe they're still the laughingstock. Maybe Steve Ballmer never buys them.
Yeah.
And now Kawhi's going to lead them to a championship. He's 2 different teams that definitely wouldn't have gotten there without him. I think that's I think that's like, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Yeah. And something to be said for his case.
Yep. I agree. That's what we got, right?
Last, but certainly not least, a game that we have absolutely covered in our archives during Magic Johnson's Legacy Breakdown, but one of our personal favorites. So, you want to break it down? You want me to break it down?
This is so we've said, I think we said that this was probably his apex greatest game. Right?
There's a case to be made. There's a case to be made that this is the best game he ever played, despite it being in his rookie year.
Yeah. And so to think that, like, to be in your rookie year, first time in this situation, you got your big man down. No one expects Magic to win this game. Everyone's expecting for them to lose the series. Yeah. And he's, with all the confidence in the world, says that he got this. And his teammates believed in him. Like,
he waited. He was the first one sitting on the plane on the way to Philly and was like, have no fear. Your captain is here.
Yeah. And then he just
that was Kareem's nickname, was the captain. So.
Yeah. And he goes on and just delivers. It's insane.
He starts at center, so I'm pretty sure he gets the tip off.
Yeah. And this is like a huge like now this wouldn't be as crazy, seeing Magic at center, but at that point in time, that's just like
no one was doing this.
Yeah. No one.
If you were a point guard, first of all, you weren't 6'9", and second of all, you damn sure weren't playing center.
Yeah.
So it was just completely unheard of. And he played forward at points in this game too, where he's guarding 4s and 3s.
Yeah.
Damn, they should imagine if Kareem never existed and Magic just played center for his career. He would have redefined that position.
Yeah. It would have definitely.
We'd see so many more Jokic's. So many more. Oh my God.
Imagine that would have been crazy. Because would there have been a Shaq? Would there have been do you think they would have still?
I think Shaq would have existed because he would have been able to see Wilt Chamberlain or know about Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
So that theory would have been there, to get to the league at that size.
Yeah.
But to your point, he always wanted to be a guard.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I don't know, but Isaiah Thomas was the first one to say that if Magic played center, he would have just redefined the center position the same way he did the point guard position.
Yeah.
And that's how freakishly good this guy is.
Yeah.
Lindsay, this is your favorite player all time, if I believe.
Yes, he is.
What do you like about this game?
I mean, what's not to like about this game? He literally does everything, and it's his rookie fucking season, and it's the NBA Finals.
Put up 42 points on a Philly team that was loaded.
Yeah, and it was he had 15 rebounds, 7 assists, something like that.
I think more. I think eight or 9 assists.
I think the thing that gets me the most about this game is even like you see some greats, they have to work to get there, to get that mentality of, oh, I got this. Like I know I'm the best. I know I can do this. This is his fucking rookie season. He's like, nah, it's all good. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. I don't think, have we seen a player in the league do that? That's like past the 80s. I don't know if we've ever seen that.
As a rookie?
Yeah.
No.
We've never seen a rookie do that. Because if you look at it, almost every single great, probably besides Michael Jordan, like started off not the player that everyone sees them as, you know? Like Magic is probably
Larry.
If that makes any sense. Like Larry, he was averaging, he did his thing, but it wasn't to that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It wasn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, like you saw the next year the level up. Like I don't know if you ever saw the level up with Magic until that 87 season that we spoke about.
Yeah, but but we're basically redoing our legacy breakdown, but still.
Yeah.
If he didn't have Kareem on his team, maybe this is the career he goes down. He's obviously not averaging 42 points a game, but like I said, like if he didn't have Kareem, maybe he changes that position, and they definitely still make the same amount of finals.
You think? I don't know about that.
If he plays center, and centers have to guard him, outside of Olajuwon, who's guarding Magic from the center position?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. It's like completely different.
But I don't know. I just don't know. Wait, I guess we'd have to. We're not about it.
I'm saying that's hypothetical for a different day.
Definitely.
But this was fun. This was fucking fun.
I'm just sad that the whole reason we did this was because of that one stupid shot.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
No, stop. No. Why are you doing it? Why are we doing this?
You gotta go back to one more time. Can we put are we recording this? Are we gonna keep this as recording? All right.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Yeah, you get to see this. Real quick.
We get to watch this
one
more time.
Whoop, give you a little three-piece.
Reggie Jackson.
Whoop,
step back. Body bag.
Ding.
And
then what the best part is Luka says, "This is my shit."
Yeah, he does.
This is my shit. Talk your shit, Luka. It's your shit.
Oh, want to hear something sad though for Luka? I got an update while we've been recording that Porzingis is out for the rest of the series because he has torn meniscus or something in his knee.
So
I'm sure you're so happy, Lindsay.
No, I'm never happy because then it's like, oh, well, they only won because he was injured. I want to beat them.
Facts, but you know what? You're about to see Luka Legend again, boy.
Shut up.
Luka Legend.
Luka step back.
But unfortunately, he's going against the third coming. So
true.
It just happens that way.
But for Apex Greatness, that's Dario Albuquerque. Off camera is the Fairy Pod Lindsay Lehman. I am your host, Russell Broderick, saying goodbye.
Wait,